I live in the deserts of Nevada where you can find Gila monsters, desert tortoises, big species of reptiles. But what about the small ones? Things like horned lizards and dune geckos. Today we'll be going over 7 micro species of desert reptiles. Some you can own and some are just amazing to know about. Let's get into it. Number 1 on the list is the Namib dune gecko. This is a nocturnal microgecko from Namibia. Semi-transparent skin actually helps it regulate its body heat, which is very weird. It has this crazy adaptation of webbed feet, which allows it to kind of surf across the surface of the sand dunes, and it only grows to about 4 inches long, with the tail included. It's really weird because when you hear about a translucent webbed gecko, you think something more along of like maybe a rainforest. They're nocturnal hunters, so you don't really see them during the daytime. During the night, they will come out to hunt beetles and insects. They stay really tiny. They only max out at about 4 inches in total length. So they're very small, but nonetheless, this is a really cool species. Number 2 on the list is really weird. It's a western sandfish, so it's not even called like a gecko or a lizard. It's literally called a fish, but it is a type of lizard. It's native to North African deserts like the Sahara. Their scales are kind of, I would say, like a skink. So it's got really smooth scales and a wedge-shaped nose that helps it kind of swim in the sand per se. That's probably why they call it a sandfish. It burrows to avoid surface heat, emerging in the cooler evening hours. So a lot of these desert species are mainly nocturnal, kind of like leopard geckos. And that is obviously due to the scorching heat of the daytime. One extra cool fact about the western sandfish is that it has been heavily studied for robotic design because of its fish-like adaptations in the sand. I'm guessing mainly for Mars exploration and things like that. Number 3 on the list is the Arizona night lizard. Can you guess where that one's from? It's found in the desert canyons and scrublands of Arizona. Its average size is only about 3 inches in length. It's very tiny. It has a cylindrical body that helps it squeeze through cracks. Unlike most reptiles, it does give live birth, which means it's viviparous. Reptiles that lay eggs are ovoviviparous. It feeds on termites, ants, and small spiders. Number 4 on the list, you've probably seen it in a flower pot or in the ground if you live in the southern area of the United States or Mexico. It is the western threadsnake. It looks a lot like an earthworm, so you've probably seen it and thought it was a worm. Adults only get anywhere from 6 to 7 inches and are thinner than a number 2 pencil. I don't even know how its eyes function or if they even do, because there are these tiny little black dots that you can barely see. I don't even know how it uses those eyes, but they're probably obsolete. Vestigial, I think, is the scientific word for them. They have eyes, they're just very tiny. It lives underground, usually beneath rocks or leaf litter. It feeds on ants and termite larvae, and it is a non-venomous, harmless species. I mean, anything that looks like a worm is probably pretty harmless, unless you ingest it. Don't eat worms. The really weird thing about this snake is that it actually controls ant populations. So if you see one in your flower pot or you see one around your garden, leave it alone. Chances are it's getting rid of all your ants from coming into your house. Number 5 on the list is the Dwarf leaf-toed gecko. It's found in the dry savanna and rocky deserts of East Africa, and it's among the smallest desert geckos. Just 2.5 to 3 inches long, named for its tiny leaf-like toes. It's really good at camouflaging, so it'll be really hard to see it unless it starts running away from you. They're mainly active at night anyways, hiding in the day in small little crevices. The dwarf leaf-toed gecko eats very small insects like moths and gnats, and the tail can also detach itself to distract predators. This one you probably won't be able to see at an expo or on Morph Market because it's a very rarely studied species, and it's very rare in the wild as well. Number 6 on the list is the Pygmy horned lizards. It's one of my lifers. There's people that have seen it on iNaturalist. I haven't been able to find it. I think I saw one when I was a little kid, but I was too scared to pick it up. Anyways, it's a small horned lizard species, only growing to 2.5 to 3.5 inches long, and they're native to the desert regions of the Pacific Northwest. Their diet mostly consists of ants, and they can eat hundreds of them a day. I'm sure you've seen David Attenborough's videos of ants crawling all over these guys. They have a really flat and round body. They kind of like little tiny pancakes with thorns on them. That just helps them kind of blend into the ground. The really weird thing about these lizards is that they can squirt blood out of their eyeballs. I don't know why. Don't ask me how they developed that adaptation. It's beyond me, as if spikes weren't enough. Despite its very small size and its weird nature, it is actually a very hardy species, and I have seen them once at a reptile expo, so I'm sure they'll be making their way into the community pretty soon. Number 7 on the list is the banded sandsnake. It's found in the deserts of Mexico and the southwestern US. A very small snake, usually under 10 inches long, and it has a cream-colored body with bold red or brown bands. It likes to burrow under the sand and soil during the day, and it is non-venomous and feeds mainly on small lizards and insects. It's got a really smooth and glossy look to it that's due to its scales, and that helps it glide across the ground. A lot of these species that are desert dwelling have really smooth undersides or ventral scales, because that just helps them a lot more, you know, just kind of glide across the sand. The less friction, the better, because on a rough surface, it's really easy for snakes to crawl on, or lizards, but in the sand, it's very low friction, so they have to have as least resistance as possible, which is why they have those types of adaptations. The bands give it a mimicry advantage, kind of looking like a coral snake. Not a lot of people have found them in the wild. Let me know in the comments, did you see a reptile on this video that you have never seen before? And if you want to see more videos like this, here's the playlist, or you can watch this video right here on how I created this really cool crested gecko enclosure. Thank you all for watching, and God bless.